Hi, I'm Jess Bennett. I'm the creative director here at Alice Lane, and this is behind the collection of Modern Heirlooms, with an S on the end. The Modern Heirlooms collection. Modern Heirlooms is a way of taking what's old, what we celebrate about the vintage pieces and their lines and things that we've always loved, like the classics, and making them new again today with new fittings, with the freshest finishes, really putting in the time to design it for how we live, for how homes are scaled, but definitely celebrating so much of the past in the present. The shape of these pieces are so beautiful. Piece to piece, let's just take the Bastille vases. I think that collection of 3 vases and their unique silhouettes are so good. The jars are going to also take the edge off of the space and add beautiful soft lines. The droplet vases, I think the silhouettes on those are so special, especially when the light is moving through them. They really truly are this organic, formed, hand-blown glass. Color is one of them that I'm really excited about. We keep hearing that color is all the rage. We're seeing it on runway, we're seeing it in homes. All of the published things coming out are not neutrals. These are full of color, and it's so exciting. And we're like, how do we do it? And so the last 2 collections have really given you lots of ways to add color through whether it be the little things or some larger pieces. We've got colored glass in both lighting fixtures that we're offering in this collection. Delphine and the Lulu sconces are pink, which is, I think, kind of daring, but I feel very excited by it. And then we've got the George collection, which is burled wood in the most stately, handsome, dark, rich cognac. Silhouette, color, style. I think there's a lot of style here, things that are going to be unique, and you're really going to feel like you went vintage shopping and you got the one of one. We're designers and we design homes, and we want to make sure the products that we're designing are going to work across multiple homes, whether it's a small remodel or a grand build. We want to make sure that size is right, because that is going to make the difference. For instance, is the Freddie chair. The Freddie silhouette is really fantastic. This is a lounge chair, and I'm so excited to finally be offering another lounge chair. But the one thing that took forever to get really right was getting the sit perfect. We really worked hard on getting the pitch of the seat as well as the pitch of the back, so that once you're in it, you don't want to get up. The silhouette of Freddie is so cool. One risk that we took was upholstering it in the deconstructed tiger fabric. I just think every room needs a little bit of pattern, and you're usually going to get it from the rug, but maybe not elsewhere, maybe throw pillows. So I think throwing in a little bit of pattern, especially right now, we're hearing on the front lines of design that the biggest thing is going to be patterned sofas. We're seeing it in drapery. We're seeing it in the wallpapers. So pattern is coming back. And I think a really easy way to do that is with animal print. And the deconstructed tiger feels really designer. And I'm excited for people to start to infuse it, just maybe starting with a lounge chair. And Freddie's going to give that to you. And I can't wait for people to get it home. It's going to change their room. I think everything here is going to be so classic. This is a collection of classics. It's meant to stand the test of time. That's why we named it Modern Heirlooms. I feel like the piece that my grandkids are going to fight over is going to be the Delphine lamp. I just think it's so beautiful. And the shape is a classic. It's a gourd, but the unexpected part of it is that it's done in resin and that it's got this beautiful sort of semi-transparent body, which in a room full of a lot of solid things, the semi-transparent form, it's going to feel like the room has lip gloss. That's the piece that I would fight over if it was my grandma's. I think it just depends on your personal style. If you're, I think, a classic traditionalist, these blue and white jars are so beautiful. There's 2 of them in the collection. If you want to take a little risk on it, I think the brown and white jars are a new take on loving a ginger jar. I'm using those right now in my entryway and loving them. The scale of them is so fantastic. There's this Greek keynote surrounding the top lid that makes them feel ancient. This dragon movement throughout the jar just adds something to any space. I don't know. I don't know what people are going to fight over, but for me, it would be the Delphine lamp. I brought this piece home to put in my entryway. I always love to bring things home and try them out. Sometimes it's the prototype, so it might be a year in advance or 6 months, and it really shows me in scale if we got it right. Sometimes we've even taken old CAD plans from projects and we'll just plug them into kitchens, whether it be sconces or pendants in different floor plans that we're working on. And that's where the idea of modern heirlooms came from. It's that they came from something old, but we modernized them for today's scale and how we live. One of the things that's so frustrating, I find, is that when we love something, people will often say, oh my gosh, I love your necklace. Where can I get it? And I'm like, I'm so sorry, it's vintage. Like, it's one of one. There's no way to get another one. There's no link for that. And people today want access. And where vintage is such a one of one experience and you get the only thing, it's so disheartening not to be able to get the quantity that you want when you want it. I just love that we're making these old things new again and accessible. I was so excited when our latest curiosity landed, and that is the brass angel wing. It is solid brass. It fits perfectly just inside of a book spine. I just think it's the perfect adornment or sitting on top of a pile of things, whether it be in your office. I just think it's such a special gift. And it also just feels beautiful in time for holiday. So I'm so happy this is here. The curiosities have been something like kind of a hallmark piece of the collections that we do that bring meaning, that bring petite scale, and it's a little detail, a little punctuation on the end of styling. I'm just so happy to finally be offering another one. So look for the angel wing. I'm going to be giving this year for holiday. We obviously have seen the pictures of the 60s and the 50s and the 70s and 80s and 90s that I've lived in the 2000s. And when you have something that you know that you're not going to need to replace because it's so trending and it's such a timestamp, that you can call it an heirloom. I think these pieces are going to be obsessions for folks. So as far as aging goes, I think they're ageless. They're so interesting that they're going to find themselves replacing other things, but these are going to be their favorites. These are going to be the ones that absolutely evoke so much personal style for them that they're like, oh no, take the other thing. We're keeping this. This is part of the landmarks of my home, and I have to keep the pink sconces. Take away the mantle, but leave the sconces kind of thing. I just feel like everything is just so interesting that it's never going to be boring. How could you ever tire of it? You know? Every piece in this collection was designed to feel like it already has a story, and now it's ready to be part of yours. Explore the entire collection at alicelanehome.com and find that special piece for your space.